I spend a lot of time thinking about the future of packaging, and I want you to imagine a new norm where packaging is both 100% recyclable and made from 100% renewable or circular materials. But to achieve that, we have to have a plan. It starts with design for recyclability, which I'll talk more about. But that's the first step, and it is the feed into mechanical recycling and advanced recycling. Those are the key pillars for circularity. We also need to think about carbon and how do we optimize our footprint from a carbon perspective. And that's where our renewable feedstock initiative and our carbon footprint strategy come into play. If we focus on design for recyclability, it really connects to our goal and our guiding light, which is our close the loop goal, where we are committed to enabling 100% of the packaging applications that we sell into to be reusable or recyclable by 2035. Now that's not an easy thing to do because packaging has been optimized over 50 years, and we're kind of starting over when it comes to design for recyclability. When we announced our close the loop goal, we took a step back and we analyzed every market segment and every package type across the globe, and we looked at the gaps and what needed to change in order to move those to be recyclable, and we narrowed it down to these three key areas: machinability, barrier, and abuse. When we talk about machinability, we're really talking about how do we create the right innovations on the resin side and pair them with the right technologies to maximize performance and minimize gauge. From a machinability perspective, when we're engaging with customers and brand owners, one of the biggest issues that they mention is temperature gap optimization. And that is because when you move away from a PET laminate, where there's PET on the outside as the print layer and a sealant, that has a very wide temperature gap. And when you move to a recyclable structure that's based on polyethylene, that temperature gap naturally goes down. But what we're working on are the innovations that are needed to expand that temperature gap for polyethylene-based recyclable films. And we are able to test and innovate in this way at our Pack Studios location in Freeport, where we have a mess pack line. And we're able to run trials to understand how do I optimize the heat seal initiation temperature on the inside so that I have better machinability when I make a pouch. And we have a great offering of sealants that can be optimized depending on the packaging format and the packaging type to optimize that machinability, to remove that as a gap in moving toward design for recyclable structures. Barrier is an absolutely critical part of what we do in the packaging space. Without barrier, packaging really doesn't mean a whole lot. So we want to make sure that as we move to recyclable films, that the barrier is maintained, and we are going about it in a couple of ways. If you need oxygen barrier, we have Retain 3000, which is able to compatibilize EVOH and nylon so that it can be accepted into the mechanical recycling stream without having a negative impact on the quality of the recyclate that comes out of that stream. And we have an example where we worked with Kellogg's and Berry on the Bare Naked pouch to show that that's possible. If you need water vapor barrier or grease barrier, we designed Elite AT 6900 to enable those things in an all polyethylene-based package. So you don't have to have a trade-off. You can maintain your shelf life and have the barrier you need and still comply with the recyclability guidelines. And lastly, abuse. One of the biggest comments that we've heard from customers is that moving away from incumbent materials often causes a gap in performance. And that's why we designed a product called Innate ST100. What you can see here is that you can design a film that at the same thickness will have twice as much DART using Innate ST100 as compared to a metallocene high density blend. If you flip that around, that means that you can achieve the same level of DART at a reduced thickness. And that's really exciting to be able to down gauge and still meet the high performance, stiffness, and toughness that you might need depending on the packaging application. We all love Amazon and we all love customer reviews, and this is one of my favorite from a trial. I wanted to frame the film because I didn't believe it was possible to make a film with that balance of stiffness and toughness at that gauge. And I think that says a lot about the value of Innate ST100 in design for recyclability. As we think about the future of packaging, we need to think differently about our design process. We need to think about the package that we use today and the food type that it contains, and think, is there a more efficient format that I could be using that uses less packaging weight but extends shelf life to ultimately optimize our carbon footprint? Or do we even need to be shipping water around? Could we remove water from our formulations and ship powder, which would save a lot of space and a lot of weight? The exciting thing is that we've got capabilities at Pack Studios to help test, produce, and really understand what we should be doing in the future to design for recyclability and ultimately move to a more sustainable future for packaging.
A star attraction for flexible film development at Pack Studios Freeport is the Vin Miller & Helscher 9-layer blown film line. The line offers Pack Studio customers exclusive developmental access to commercial-scale, multi-layer film fabrication opportunities not found anywhere else in North America, using the same top-name equipment found at leading converters around the world. Up to 9 layers, each capable of multiple mixed formulations, mean a virtually unlimited buffet of film functionality. Precision filmmaking is maintained from start to finish, including an inline MDO unit for machine direction orientation, the only such component currently available for independent research and development in North America. Dual-sided corona treatment delivers versatility in film design and conforms well with the dual-direction winding capabilities that complete the line, perfect for role-dependent end uses. And the end uses are many, from barrier food packaging to stretch and shrink films to heavy-duty shipping sacks and more. Accelerating product development for you, our customers. The 9-layer line delivers on that promise more than ever, with validation-ready films, in-house testing for every important data point, and even packaging fabrication lines for end-use application testing, all without disrupting your own critical production schedules. We invite you to discover the many capabilities of Pack Studios, like the W&H 9-layer blown film line and MDO unit. We can't wait to explore the future with you.